Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's video. And today I'm going to be taking a look at repairing this.
Somebody like me.
Yes indeed, it's a Rode NT USB mini microphone. Now you might be wondering why we're looking at something like this today. It's quite simple really. Essentially since, to be honest, since this channel started, the one thing that's sort of really badly let it down has been the sound quality. And that is something that going forward I'm going to be working on quite a lot. Now, for most part, you've heard me with this cheap thing on. So basically this is my old headset from work that I don't use anymore, but I sort of borrow it to do these videos. And the quality out of it, well, it's an old link microphone, so it's nothing particularly special. It's designed for voice over IP rather than sort of video content creation. So the sound quality you get is akin to something that you get talking over a telephone, which isn't particularly great. So what I wanted to do was look at getting something slightly better. And I think I've done that with this. Now, the caveat to this is that this particular microphone is faulty. It doesn't work. Let me explain. So basically, these things, if we take a look on Amazon right now, and I'll splice that in here, you'll be able to see that these things brand new are about 98 quid. Which, to be fair, isn't too bad, you know, for a decent quality microphone. But, of course, the thing is that I've been a little bit naughty and I've peed off the YouTube algorithm gods one too many times, I think. So, with my hiatus between sort of August and sort of December time-ish, yeah, the revenue and viewing figures and everything else for my channel have just gone through the floor. So consequently I haven't got a lot of money at the moment, certainly to invest from YouTube on kit. So obviously going forwards I've got a few videos coming up that I've been able to get filmed over Christmas, which has been really good, and hopefully will get me a bit more content going forwards and hopefully sort of kickstart me back up. You know, if I can make friends with the YouTube algorithm gods, that would be much appreciated. But obviously, you know, part of that is to make my videos better, to make more people want to watch them and watch them for longer, and hopefully like, rate and subscribe. No, but in all seriousness, it does need work, yeah? So part of that is to invest in some new kit, and part of that is going to be a decent quality microphone to get some decent audio for once on my videos. And you know, I haven't got 98 quid. It's just gone past Christmas. You know, I'm a bit skint anyway. I certainly don't have enough money in the business to go dropping 100 quid on a microphone because obviously, as you know, my health issues have meant I can't do customer public-facing repairs anymore because I just don't know if I'm going to be up to it. So consequently, it's what I can get done in my own time through YouTube with kit of my own. And you know, this is what I used to do back in the day before I did public-facing repairs, and it's sort of what I'm going back to, and that's where my content will come from going forwards. So, you know, I do have some stuff, but I haven't had a chance to repair it. I did have another do, unfortunately, yesterday, which, landed me in Bradford Royal Infirmary. So, you know, it's still not to the bottom of it, and it's still not fixed. So, yeah, it's a bit annoying, but consequently, like I said, you know, content and everything else, it's not great. So consequently I needed a cheaper way to get one of these. So I had a look on eBay. So I haven't got 98 quid. So I'll have a look on eBay. Anywhere working between sort of boxed around 55, 60 quid. A little bit more for one that's in sort of perfect condition. Loose, anywhere from like 50 quid upwards. So I thought, yeah, that's not too bad. But I think I can do better than that. And then there were some faulty ones, which were less than 30 quid. This one, boxed in as new condition, but obviously faulty, less than 30 quid. I thought, do you know what, for that, it's worth a gamble, because even at that price, if I can't fix it, in spare parts alone, it's probably worth more than that anyway. You know, I had a look at the bits and pieces floating around for this microphone to repair them, and the bits and pieces were going for, collectively, more than I paid for this anyway. So I think we've had a good result either way. So, but hopefully we can get it working. So that's the idea. So this particular one, apparently, according to the eBay seller, when you plug it in, the software itself, there's a little sort of like virtual mixing desk software it comes with, which is actually really quite nice. Interfaces with like OBS and things, so it should be quite cool. But apparently that software doesn't pick up the fact that this is attached. The microphone itself appears to be dead. There's a couple of LEDs and things on the front of it, status LEDs, that don't do a lot. And basically, all it does do apparently is loop. So apparently when you plug it into the computer, it just loops USB. So it never actually shows up or appears, nothing detects it. So we'll take a look and we'll see if we can do something with that. So what do you get for your less than 30 quid? Well, you get a boxed version of this in as new condition, apparently. Let's get it open. Let's take a look and see what we've got. See if it's complete, see if there's anything missing, see if it really is in as good a condition as it claims. And ultimately, let's see if we can get this working. And if we can, hopefully that's the last time you'll ever see me with this bloody thing on my head, which would be nice. And hopefully we get some decent sound quality going forwards as well. So let's take a look. Okay, so let's go and take a look and see what we got for our less than 30 quid. So it comes boxed, which, you know, it's in fairly reasonable condition, really. You know, you've got a few dog-eared bits on the sides and a tiny little bit of something there, but let's face it, who cares? It's not going to live in the box, is it? So it comes in here, and we can see there, look, down the barrel, so to speak. Let's pull this out, if we can. Initial impression, weirdly enough, because it's only little, but my God, it's got some heft to it. It's got a fair bit of weight to that, which is quite impressive, really. You wouldn't think it must have a big old weight in the base or something. Is the only thing I can think of. But as per the auction description, really, it's in. Well, yeah, it's in as new condition. There's not a single mark on it, which is great. You know, so that's the body of the microphone itself. And then in here we have what looks like the base. So it sits on there. It's got a rubberized foot on the bottom, which is nice and soft, so it's not going to mark any of the surfaces you put it on, which is cool. I don't know what this little, it's got like a little brass insert there. I'm not entirely sure what that's for. In the base here, it's got like a little rubber stopper, which is just sitting in where the thread for a boom arm would sit. I think by default, I think these come with a 3/8 5/8 inch adapter. It doesn't seem to be in the box, but that doesn't really matter to me because the arm I've got, which currently has my work light on it on the bench, I think is 5/8 anyway. So, but even so, I dare say you can buy them for £1. Or so off eBay if you really needed one. But that's the quick start guide for what they're worth. That's in the box as well as this regulatory and safety. Again, you know, does anybody read that? Got a free packet of silica, you know. You can have that for your tea. No, don't go eating that. Don't go eating that. And then we do have USB, looks like USB-A. Yeah. USB-A to USB-C cable there. I don't know what's wrong with this camera today. It doesn't seem to want to focus on anything. The lighting is pretty terrible. But basically it's a genuine Rode cable. It's got a Rode logo stamped in there. But yeah, that's it. So that's what's in the box. So it looks like the base has a little step on it at the rear. So the step just lines up. Sits on there like that. There you go. That's it. So let's plug it into the PC, see what we get. Okay, so there's two bits of software we're going to want to use today. One's Rode Connect, and one is called Road Central, and they're both available from the Rode website, rode.com. So just give it a search and you'll find it. So I've downloaded the Road Central in advance to this. I want Rode Connect. Now Rode Connect, from what I understand, is like a software mixing desk, if you like. It's supposed to be quite a nice little piece of kit. So we'll give this a download. Okay, so that seems to have downloaded. Indeed, there it is. So it comes down as a zip format file. So we'll right click and we'll extract that to our PC, which we've done. So let's go into the folder and let's run the installer. So as far as I know, it's just a little sort of desktop utility, so it shouldn't take too much space or time to install. So I've got the microphones completely disconnected, as you can see there on the video. The USB lead isn't even plugged into it yet. So we're going to install the software first before we connect the microphone. And then we'll see, of course, if we can get the microphone to display the same symptoms as the seller described. So we're going to launch Rode Connect. Okay, so let's just minimize that to the desktop so you can see what's going on. So welcome to Rode Connect. So before getting started, please connect all audio devices you would like to use with Rode Connect. So that's what we'll do now. So we'll take the USB cable, we'll plug one end into the rear of the microphone. Okay, and we'll plug the other end into the laptop. I'm just going to enable, bear with me a sec, desktop audio so you can hear the bings and bongs as they happen. Okay, so we've not got a lot of them in it. It's not showing much sign of life at all. Let's have a look in Device Manager. To be honest, the lead doesn't feel like it wants to go in there very well. Audio inputs, will it be under there? Microphones? It's just looping. Ah, okay. So if I disconnect this, okay, so that's stopped it. So if I go and reconnect this microphone now into the USB, so we can see there that as soon as the microphone is connected via USB, it's causing my Device Manager to loop. So it's obviously talking to some extent, but it's not getting very far. So it's almost as if the communication is just looping over and over. Okay, so let's just disconnect that. There's no lights or anything on the front of the microphone at all, so that's a little bit of a shame. Okay, so that's that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a quick look here, because it doesn't feel like this USB cable is particularly happy about going in. But the connector itself looks okay. The cable looks okay. Oh, there we go. That clicked in a little bit nicer. Okie doke. So let's just try that again. Don't ever get any beeps at all from Windows. And I bet if I go back into Device Manager, it's just looping over again. Yeah, it is. Okay, so let's disconnect that. So Rode Connect, for the time being, I don't think is seeing a lot of anything, is it? So what we'll do is we'll go ahead with our second part of the plan. And that is going to be, if I go back into downloads here, it goes back into Rode Central. So Rode Central, again, comes as a zip file. I extracted it in advance of this. I've already installed it. My apologies. Okay, so basically, just run through the installer. And yeah, I forgot when I bought the microphone. I did pre-install it down here. Okay, so let's open Rode Central. Please connect to Rode device to get started. So what we're going to do then, so at the moment the USB lead is completely unplugged from the machine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the volume dial on the microphone all the way as far as it'll go. So it sits in around the 5 o'clock position. You can see there now it's not going to go any further. I'm going to press and hold the button, and I'm going to keep that held. I'm going to plug in the USB, keeping everything held. We have a light, and we can see now, look, in Rode Central we have a message, update required. So basically by putting the volume slider to 5 o'clock, maximum as far as it will go, pressing and holding the button and keeping it held, then plugging in the USB, what we're effectively doing there is putting the microphone into bootloader mode. It's really hard to find that information anywhere, and I couldn't find it on Rode's website at all. But as you can see, if yours isn't showing much sign of life at all, and in Device Manager it's just causing it to loop and loop and loop and loop, and it's not doing anything and it seems dead, that is something I found on a Reddit post, and I'll put a link to the post in the description of the video by way of thanking the author. So of course we can see here now, look, it's detected it as NT USB Mini version 1.0.0. It says an update is required. To use this device with Rode Central, it will need to be updated. We're going to click update, and that's going to go through. We can see the light on the front there now is flashing really quickly. Update complete. The firmware update has been completed. You may now use this device with Rode Central. We're going to hit done, and we can see there now, look, our microphone has appeared. Version 2.3.4, so that's the latest firmware version at the time of this video, so the Sunday the 8th of January 2023. So version 2.3.4, your Rode NT USB Mini is up to date, and as I say, we can see the microphone there on the left hand side of the software, which is fantastic. And of course we heard the beep as it connected, so that's good. So let's just disconnect the USB lead and let's reconnect it. So it's going in now. There we go. So we get USB light on the microphone, and we can also see it again in software. Fantastic. Okay, so let's close that and let's see what we get in Rode Connect. Because Rode Connect wouldn't even see it. It wouldn't do anything, would it? So get started. There we go. Channel assignment number 1. There we go. NT USB Mini. So I don't know anything about this because obviously I've not been able to use it. But as we can see there, Rode Connect is now up and running. We can see our NT USB down the left hand side. It seems to be picking up my voice, which is great. We have both the USB and at the moment it's providing a line out through the rear headphones socket. If I click that again, I'll have to read the manual. Do I press and hold it? I can't remember. No, I can't remember. I'll have to read the manual. But yes, so that looks like it's doing its thing, doesn't it? Yeah, there we go. So yeah, that's cool. So it looks like we fixed it. We'll record a little bit of audio through it, and we'll let you listen to how it sounds. But I think we've had a result there. So just to recap, what you need to do: take the microphone, disconnect it from the computer, roll that volume knob all the way as far as it'll go to the maximum, so to about the 5 o'clock position. Press and hold the button, keep it held while you connect the USB. Up will pop Rode Central, ask you to reinstall the firmware. It puts it into bootloader mode, so version 1.0.0. It'll download the firmware, reapply it, and there you go. It's good to go. And as you can see there on the left hand side, whilst I'm not talking into that particular microphone at the moment, you can see the volume level of the VU is actually picking up my input. So yeah, fantastic. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, and as you can see, this is ultimately the summary of what we've done today. So hopefully you've noticed that we're using the new microphone for this one, so hopefully you'll be able to tell the difference in quality that we're getting just through using this microphone. Now, in typical fashion, I can't find my 5/8 inch adapter anywhere for my boom arm, so at the moment I'm having to hold it, but I will find it out before I do the next video. So you won't see me sitting here looking here like a prat talking into a microphone. But yeah, ultimately that was quite an easy fix, and yeah, it's one, you know, I'm glad I took the gamble, because 30 quid, like I say, it was less than 30 quid. It was well worth a go, because as I say in the intro, you know, from what they were going for whole, faulty on eBay, and from what they were going in parts, the various bits and pieces for them, you know, they were going for more than what I paid for this. So even if I couldn't have got it working, I think I'd have still been okay, and I'd have at least got my money back. So it was worth a shout. And despite the fact that this information to fix this thing is really hard, I mean, you would think that it would be on Rode's support website. You know, if you're having these symptoms, this is how you fix it. But it's not. You know, you'd have to open a support ticket with Rode and ultimately get the information from them that way, which, you know, is okay. But as a creator, if you're really busy and you're doing a lot of content, then perhaps that couple of days, you know, back and forth with support to get this working could really knacky your schedule up, you know, for the sake of putting up maybe an FAQ page or a knowledge base article in the support system to say, look, you know, if you've got this symptom, you know, here's how you fix it. I couldn't find that. Now, maybe it's on there, but I had a good look the other night and I couldn't find it anywhere. So it's a big thanks ultimately to Reddit, because they're the ones who gave me the pointer and the information, you know, this is what you do, because ultimately that person had been in touch with Rode support with their own microphone, and they'd told them to do that. And as you can see on this video, it's worked wonders, certainly for us, and you know, we've got a bit lucky with it. So I'm really pleased, and hopefully you can hear the difference in the clarity of this microphone. Now, I'm not using the Rode Connect app to record this. Now, this is going straight into OBS, so I don't know, ultimately, sound quality-wise, if this is going to be any good. I know I recorded a quick sort of like test sentence in the Connect app, and it sounded really good through the laptop speakers. I've not heard it back yet through my ears, because I'm literally filming this from the back end of fixing the thing. So I'm going to have a play around with it over the sort of next few days when I've got a bit of time spare, and have a play around with the settings to get the audio and things just nice. So hopefully by the time the next video comes out, I'll have got this thing pretty much nailed down. Now, some of the content I've already got filmed, which is obviously done with the old microphone. So I don't know which video is going to go out next. It's stuff I've recorded over Christmas. So yeah, so that stuff will still be with the old voice, unless I've not done the voiceovers on them yet, in which case, obviously, that'll be with the new kit. So it might be up and down a bit for the next few videos. You know, some of it will be with the old kit, some of it will be with this. So, but going forwards, we should be able to get some decent sound quality, hopefully. So, as I say, I don't know how this is going to sound on this outro, because it's going straight into OBS. I've not fiddled with any of the settings. I've literally just pointed to say, pick it up from this microphone. So we'll see. And then, of course, we've got the YouTube compression and everything else on top of it. But yeah, hopefully this sounds a lot better, and hopefully going forwards it's going to sound a lot better as well. That, and as I say, I've got some new camera kit and stuff, which I have been using to film some of the more recent stuff. Hopefully that's looking a little bit better as well. It certainly will be doing going forwards. So, you know, this is it. You know, I want to get better at this stuff. I want to try and grow the channel again. So part of that is investing a little bit in some more kit. You know, as I say, I haven't got a lot of money to do it. So if I can pick up a bargain here and there, you know, if it means picking up a couple of faulty bits and pieces, then ultimately I'll do it. So, and it, you know, at the end of the day, it kind of works, because of course if we're going to fix it, we'll fix it on the channel. So yeah, so thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you've found this useful if you've got the same microphone, you've got the same problem, or you're looking, you know, you're like me, you're a creator on a budget, and you may be looking at some of these things and you've seen, you know, I don't know, maybe it's worth a punt. Then yeah, as you can see in this instance, it may well be. So if you're in the same position, if you've got the same mic and you're having the same issue, or you're looking into buying one, you've found one cheap, with the same issue, then yeah, worth a go, definitely. So hopefully this has helped, and if it has, please remember to comment down below, give it a thumbs up, and of course if you're interested in this sort of stuff, subscribe to the channel, because ultimately we've over 100 videos on there now, full of this sort of stuff, you know, repairing all sorts of electronics, mainly games consoles, but yeah, all sorts of stuff, and there will be going forwards. So whatever I can get my hands on, I'll turn my hand to and see if I can fix it. So as I say, if this is your bag, then might well be worth hitting that subscribe button and dinging that bell to, of course, receive future notifications whenever we upload. And yeah, so that's it. So of course, ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you have any questions, any comments, then feel free to leave them below. I always give them a read if I can. Then you know, if I've got the time and the ability, I will pop a reply to you. So yes, thank you very much. So keep an eye out, more content coming up. I've got some interesting stuff coming, so yeah, it'd be well worth your while. Just saying. So thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you on the next video. You've been great as always. Thank you for sticking by me, and I will see you in the not too distant future for the next one. So for me for now, bye bye. I hope life treats you well. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon.
Somebody like me.